Hello, and welcome back to Danganronpa, another 2. Last time, I believe we finally maxed out Teruya after 10 million years. And we hung out with the twins a little bit, we hung out with Nikkei a little bit, and now Kokoro's dead. RIP, I guess. So, we're investigating. I don't think much more needs to be said for this introduction. Do you want to just get right into it, I guess? Jeez, yeah, she's missing her hands and her feet. It did not show her feet in the CG, which is good because the hands were gross enough to me, but... Ugh, alright. Kokoro's corpse was lying down in the bed like a block of ice. Kokoro, who killed you? Yeah, I did not think she was going to die this early. I thought she was going to be like a chapter 5 death when we met her, because she was kind of mysterious too. Would we honestly, like... I thought it was going to be Shinji who died in this chapter because he was like a leader to us. I thought it was going to be him. Maybe he's the killer. I can't see Shinji killing anyone though. I think he's going to be a victim at some point. I can't see him being a survivor and I can't see him being a killer. I think he's going to be a victim. But nonetheless, yeah, I was kind of surprised it was Kokoro. Would we be able to figure out the culprit without Kokoro's help? No, we can't be in a state of despair. Even without Kokoro, we need to win the class trial. Kokoro, if you'll excuse me, I need to touch around your body. Kokoro's corpse was frozen, and she was only wearing underwear. That's so rude. Whoever did this sucks. It was an appalling sight, but the culprit may have left some evidence behind. Yeah, where are her glasses? The cause of death is freezing for sure. But since the monochrome file mentioned that there may be additional causes, I shouldn't jump to conclusions. In reality... Kokoro's hands and feet were neatly cut off. This might be the direct cause of death, but nothing's confirmed yet. Where are the hands and feet? Are we going to find them somewhere? Other than that, there were no identifiable injuries. It's hard to notice other singularities in the first place, due to the whole corpse being frozen. Ugh. Sora, are you investigating Kokoro's corpse? Yes, since I might find some things that could be helpful. So, did you find anything? No, not at the moment. I have a question, though. Why is Kokoro only wearing her underwear? Isn't it because the culprit did it? What I'm saying is, why would the culprit take off her clothes in the first place? Yeah, that is really weird. Well, there must have been some reason for the moment her clothes are under the bed. Was it to make her freeze faster? I mean, she wasn't dressed that warmly to begin with. Maybe it's so that she can freeze as fast as possible? I don't really know. Well, I can't be it because I just said it. I feel really sorry for her. I don't want to die like this. I don't know who the culprit is, but I'm not going to let them off that easy. To leave Kokoro in such a horrible state like this, it's unforgivable. I wish I could cover her with a blanket, but thinking logically, Shobai was right. There could be evidence found from the corpse. In fact, you're investigating the corpse too, Sora. Right. By the way, Sora, did you investigate the bed? The bed? Well, Aroha and I were investigating around the bed. We found bloodstains. Of course I saw that. Aren't those from the disconnected hands and feet? No, not that. I'm talking about the dry bloodstains. Dry? It looks like some time had passed for these bloodstains to dry. The color proves that. So in the Danganronpa universe, blood dries purple. So, what are those bloodstains? It doesn't seem like it's from the disconnected hands and feet. From the looks of it, the blood is from the disconnected sections of hands and feet is from the frozen blood vessels as they started to melt. With this, I can assume that the hands and feet were cut off after Kokoro completely froze. Then these bloodstains are from before Kokoro was frozen? I think that's it. Even though I'm not sure, well, I can't figure it out with only this. Yoriko, you're unexpectedly smart. Well, why do you keep saying it's unexpected for me to use my brain? Can't you see I'm trying my best to figure things out? I'll make sure to write that down. Thanks, Yoriko. Well, it's nothing. Ugh, don't make me look at those. Woo! Severed limbs has been added, so is the dried blood stain. Is this just the monochrome file? I mean, we already looked at it, but there's no harm in looking again. The victim is Kokoro Mitsume. Time of death is unknown. Location of death is her room. Both hands and feet have been cut off and are missing. There's also second, third degree frostbite all over the body, causing necrosis to the cells. Other possible causes of death are destruction of cellular tissues due to hypothermia or frostbite. There may be additional sides. Okay. A refrigerator. Perhaps there's some kind of clue in here? Nothing special to note. Wait, huh? This is... I thought it was a normal refrigerator, but I soon found some oddities within its structure. The divider is a bit tilted. Did they put her in her own fridge? Like they stuffed her in the fridge? That's pretty mean. The divider looks slightly unnatural, almost like it was placed roughly. So this divider was removable. How odd. Oh, Sora, you noticed that too. Are you talking about the refrigerator dividers? It does look a bit suspicious, but I doubt it'll be an important clue. No, not that. Don't tell me you missed it. The dying message. The dying message? I opened the door and searched the insides again, but I didn't see any dying message. Where's the dying message? Sora, you're denser than you look. See the bottom compartment over there? Are you talking about these icicles? Yep, this is Kokoro's dying message. These icicles are the dying message. I thought these were just frozen icicles that had dropped down. Sora, we can deduce two facts from these icicles. First, the refrigerator's output is set to maximum power. I'm sure you heard from Monocro, but the refrigerators in our rooms can be set to instant, freezing, or defrosting modes depending on its output power. This particular refrigerator is set to instant freezing mode. Ah, I see. I guess the one in my room wasn't cold enough to form icicles. Second, Kokoro used these icicles to leave a dying message. Sora, take a closer look at these icicles. On closer inspection, the icicles had small carvings on their lower, wider sides. On one side it says F, and then the other O. I just thought they were scratches. But these were deliberately engraved by someone. Yep, and if you look closely, one of these icicles are overlapped. Overlapped? Well, to be specific, it's more like the longer one had penetrated the small one. And the pierced icicle, the smaller one, has not F and O, but F and I engraved in it. After hearing you say that, I have to agree. But how did you know that this is the dying message? I mean, it's obvious. The icicles were lined up in an unnatural way. The refrigerator being on instant freezing mode was suspicious as well. So what does it mean? Are you for real? Does the dying message have any other purpose than to point out the killer? Then how did you find out who the culprit is? I can't tell you right now as I'm not completely sure myself. But don't worry, I'll be sure to figure it out before the trial. This is the dying message. The message that points out who the killer is. Although I'm not sure what it means, but I can't just leave it all to Kanade. We should figure it out together at the trial. Let's talk to some people. What are you doing, Kanade? Oh, it's nothing. She's so creepy. Kanade will solve everything. Kanade will solve everything. Oh, poor Habiki. Nikke, you don't look so good. Well, who would look good in a situation like this?
Oi.
I don't mind. We should focus on the class trial for now. Emma, how's the investigation going? I'm sorry, Sora, but I wanted to focus on the investigation for now. We can talk in the class trial. I have to avenge the killer of Kokoro. Yes, I'll work hard to investigate. No problems with surveillance so far. Nobody's acting suspicious. Thank you. I'll investigate on your behalf. Being next to a body is creepy. At least it doesn't smell because the body's frozen. Don't say that, it's morbid. Roha's kind of funny, actually. She just says, like, the darkest stuff. Is that so? Sorry. This is a drum container? What is this doing in Kokoro's room? On a closer look, the drum's containers labeled with the letters caution liquid nitrogen. Ooh, Is that how they froze her? Liquid nitrogen. This thing can freeze an object in an instant. After carefully opening the lid and looking inside, I found that it was empty. If it's empty, that means somebody used it. This seems like an important clue. Sora, what are you doing? Setsuka, look, I found another clue. It's liquid nitrogen. The culprit must have used this to freeze Kokoro. Using liquid nitrogen to freeze Coco? Don't you think so? If they used liquid nitrogen, there must be some traces left somewhere. What do you mean? If they put Coco on the bed and poured liquid nitrogen on her, the sheets and the bed should have been frozen as well. But there aren't any frozen traces anywhere, let alone the bed. Only the air's freezing. If they didn't pour it on her, maybe they could have dunked Kokoro in the container then pulled her out? If that's the case, they wouldn't have been able to pull her out. Their hands would have frozen the instant they put it in the container. And if they poured it on the floor would be completely frozen. And the container's empty, right? If they dipped her in, there would be some traces inside. So that means the culprit didn't use liquid nitrogen? But then why is this? Well, I guess we need to investigate more, but we can't jump to conclusions. After hearing Setsuka's words, it does feel like there's something suspicious about the container. Maybe it was to throw us off of her how she actually was frozen? I decided to write it down for now. Last time Yuri's body was in a terrible state, but this time it feels worse. I agree, the murder must be insane. I mean, freezing somebody? If we can't find the killer, we're as good as dead. We need to investigate. What do you have to say, Yuki? Sora, how's your progress? I'm still stuck. Me too. We should keep investigating. Right, I wanted to ask you something, Yuki. Ask me? About what? Yuki, you said this morning that Kokoro didn't open her door when you brought her food last night, correct? Can you give me a recount of that situation? It might help. Sure, if that would help. It's just like what I said in the morning. After dinner last night, I suggested that to Emma. With Emma always leaving first after she finished her meal, I hadn't had a chance to talk with her. So I suggested going to visit Kokoro together. My, what a brave move on your part. Are you sure there weren't any personal feelings involved? Personal feelings? Emma wasn't in the best shape because of Kokoro. And she was looking for somebody to join her to visit Kokoro anyways. I'm joking. Just continue. Anyways, so that's how Emma, Tori, and I went on a visit to give Kokoro her supper. But she didn't answer when we called her, even when we told her Teruya was there. When there was still no answer after multiple tries, we just assumed she was sleeping. So we left the supper in front of the door and left. It'd be logical to assume that she was already dead at that point. I doubt that. Remember Yoriko's words? The supper we left on our doorstep had been removed that night. Yoriko? What? Did somebody call me? Yoriko, perfect timing. Is it true that the food at Kokoro's doorstep was gone by last night? Well, yeah, that's what I saw. I told you that this morning. Come to think of it, it was Yoriko who brought today's morning meal, right? If it's okay, could I ask you what you did this morning then? I mean, I just delivered the food and did my usual stuff. I went with Teruya to deliver the breakfast, and when I went there was no answer. So I, just like Yuki, I left the food there and went straight back to the village. The village? What for? I always practice cooking in the morning at the village, in hopes that one day we won't have to rely on Mikado's cooking. Well, I'm sure his cooking's delicious, and he'd be happy for you to rely on him. But the breakfast that Yoriko left is still there untouched at the doorstep. From the clues from the meals, it's almost certain Kokoro died this morning. What's with those looks? Are you guys suspecting me? Not one bit. It's useless to suspect anyone when the trial hasn't even started. Yuki, we need more clues for now. You're right, let's not jump to conclusions. The only time anyone would have been able to enter this room is during the 3 scheduled visits. Excluding just now when we found Kokoro's corpse, the possible times are this morning and yesterday evening. Yoriko and Yuki's account on these 2 visits might come in handy. I should write this down. I mean, the food thing couldn't, what was I gonna say? Couldn't someone else have just taken the food and eaten it themselves to make it look like she ate it to mess up when they thought the murder happened? Oh, Sora, how's the investigation going? You're in the way, get out. Sora, don't be rude to him. Aren't you being mean to me, especially when I found a clue just for you? A clue? Yes! Take a look at this. An ice pack. Good work, Mikado. What's this, dry ice? It's an opened bag of dry ice. I found it on the floor. Dry ice. So this is how they froze Kokoro? Who knows? But wouldn't it be difficult to freeze somebody with just these? You could partially freeze some parts, but this is a solid material. Definitely not enough to completely freeze Kokoro's whole body. But the fact that this opened bag exists means that it must have been used somehow. Perhaps the low temperature of this room is proof of that. It would be definitely hard to freeze a whole body with just this. The fact that it exists means it must have been used. Yes, that's what I just said. Considering the cold air and the white mist that was here, there is the possibility that they used it to lower their room temperature. This feels like an important clue. I should write this down. So, Sora, since I'm the one who found this, could I have a thank you or something? She just ignores him. Oh, poor Mikado. He's doing his best. Ah, the student handbook? I checked my pockets if it was mine, but mine was safely tucked in my pocket. I think it's probably Kokoro's. Ah, Nikkei. That handbook is making things so much more complicated. What do you mean? Think about it. Our rooms can only be opened by the owner's handbook. The handbook is inside the room, yet Kokoro was killed inside the room. So the key to the room was inside the room. A locked room mystery. Oh boy, we love those. Yeah, and Kokoro would never open the door if it's not for her meals. So that would mean someone who was here for her food used that chance to kill Kokoro. Well, that would be impossible. It'd be possible if one person had visited her. But including Teruya, there was always more than 2 people that had visited her. Ah, I see. But there are no other ways to enter these rooms, so the only possible time is during mealtime. Nikkei, maybe if somebody had stolen Kokoro's handbook, couldn't they enter whenever they wanted? Huh? They could have snatched the handbook while giving Kokoro her food. Then after that, they could have entered the room freely as they pleased. That's not possible either. So what if they steal it? You can't turn the handbook on if you don't have the owner's fingerprints. Is that why they cut off her hand? Maybe. Even if you happen to leave the handbook still powered on, the handbook automatically enters sleep mode after a certain amount of time. So unless you plan to re-enter right after, you won't be able to enter the room. I thought I solved the mystery. Anyways, if we don't solve the trick behind this locked room mystery, this will be a difficult trial. You can't enter the rooms without the handbook, then how did the culprit enter Kokoro's room? I feel like if Shobai actually tried, he would be really useful in trials because he seems really smart, but unfortunately he doesn't want to try. Okay, that seems like everything for the inside of the room. I think I searched every part of that room. Where should I go next? Roha, you're supposed to be guarding it, sweetie. Whoa, Sora, what you doing there, standing still? I was just wondering where to investigate next. What about you? Weren't you supposed to guard the crime scene? I was taking a quick bathroom break. The trial's about to start soon. Wouldn't want to wet my pants during the trial, so I left the crime scene to Hibiki. I see. There he is. Perfect timing. You over there. Sora, I think he's calling you. You, artist. Yeah, you. Airhead girl. Me? An airhead? Wait, why me? I think this is the first time you've even spoke to me. Doesn't matter who. I'm gonna take a nap in my room for a sec, so wake me up when the trial starts. Shobai, please. What? What kind of? I don't get why you're asking me, nor why you're even sleeping during an investigation. Like, I feel like, I don't know, with his character, he has the potential to maybe, like, eventually, you know, later in the game, pull a Mekaru where he's super helpful and he's, like, our bestie. I don't know if that's gonna happen. That's the direction I want his character to go in, especially since, like, he started off so, like, against the group. It'd be cool if he ended up being, like, one of the people we can really trust. I don't know. I like when characters like that are your enemies become your besties. If I say so, then do it. Before I do something to your precious life. All right, I'll do it. Shobai, are you out of your mind? Did you even have the thought of investigating? Investigation? Why bother when I already know who done it? Oh, so he is pulling a Mekaru. What? So you know who's the culprit? That was such a shock that bathroom. Okay, Aroha. She's cute. I like her. What do you mean by knowing who done it? The culprits slipped a huge mistake in their words in front of only me. Wait, why am I telling you this? Anyways, go tell that airhead girl to wake me up later on. If she doesn't, you're next. What is with him? By the looks of that confidence, it doesn't seem like he's lying. Even if he knows who's the Blackened, that attitude certainly isn't very pleasing. If we try to rely on him, who knows what will happen? I'll just ignore his words and try to solve this on our own terms. Sora, how did it go? Wait, where's Shobai? I don't know the details either. He just laughed after telling me to ask you to wake him up. Unbelievable. I got so scared, so I accepted without a thought, but I'm not going. Never. What's with that attitude, ignoring others as you please? Maybe it'll be better to leave him here, so he'll be punished to death for not joining the trial. Sora, isn't that going a bit too far? I'm joking. Don't take it so seriously. Anyways, I'm going off to other places now. Okay, I guess I'll return to my post now. See you later. She's cute. He could be lying to us again, though, because remember when he did that last time? I don't know where else to look. Oh, Shinji. What are you doing over here, buddy?
Whoa, Sora, good work as usual.
Am I a Yakuza or something? What's with that greeting? Sora, he's shy. He doesn't know how to talk to girls. Cut him some slack. Moreover, Shinji, what are you doing here? This is the door to the balcony.
Well, when I went jogging this morning, I found something at the balcony, so I saw something like a white lawn cloth going towards the balcony, so I thought I'd find something here.
A white and lawn cloth?
Yeah, but I didn't find anything.
The balcony. Shinji, would it be possible to leave the monocruise through this balcony?
What? Why?
Just in case. The windows are all closed here, so this is the only way out other than the main entrance.
But it's quite tall. It might look silly, but the monocruise itself has the proper structure of a regular cruise. Even if the sea's below, the water level's quite low, so if you fall into the water surface, you'll receive at least some bruises.
Then couldn't you use some kind of rope to pull yourself down?
Huh? Well, I guess it wouldn't be impossible.
Anyways, thanks. I'll write this down. Balcony's been added. Shinji's account has been added. I'll be leaving then.
Sora, where are you off to?
I already thought about my next destination, a place that came to mind thanks to you.
Thanks to me?
I hope the investigation goes smooth on your part as well.
I love Shinji. He's a sweetie.
Oh yeah, this place. The exhibit. Shinji said that the Ice Woman statue here was broken a few days ago. I don't know if it's because of that, but I felt like something might be here. I guess I was wrong. Excluding the broken ice statue, there weren't any clues to note. Maybe I don't have any talent in investigation like Conde said. The changing room. Since I'm already here, maybe I'll check this place. Oh, well, Teruya, what are you doing in here?
Whoa, that scared me.
Huh? Teruya?
Oh, it's you, Sora. You scared me. Standing in front of the door like that.
Did you go inside the changing room?
Yeah. I also took the items list for the changing room.
Item list? What's that?
So you didn't know? It's a checklist of the various items in the room. It's right there on the wall.
Ah, so what about the list?
I just checked to see if there's anything missing. Well, there weren't any. The item list also exists in other rooms like the convenience store and the gym. Well, it's hard to notice if you're not paying attention to it. Anyway, I was checking them one by one. This one is the last one, but nothing's unusual about it. So that's a relief.
You've been checking all of them one by one?
Yeah, I always do.
My god, Teruya. Are you some kind of freak? Sora, you take that back.
What? How could you?
He's a merchant, okay? Like, that's super normal behavior for him. Don't insult the boy. Don't do it.
Actually, as soon as I heard the word killing game, I felt the need to check it daily. I had a hunch that something bad might happen if I don't. I don't know why.
I remember the first game, there was one of the cases, he knew what items had been taken from where. I think it was maybe the first case. He was like,
Yep, they took it from this room because I'm always in there watching it.
like a little goof. He's just a little goof. I wonder if there's any point in that, but good work anyways. So nothing's wrong then.
Well, I did find one weird thing.
Something weird?
One of the wigs had some shards of or something on it. I don't know how it got there. Maybe I'm being overly cautious?
I don't know.
It might not be relevant to the case at all. I mean, Kokoro was killed in her room, so why would there be a clue this far away? I'm just here to check the item list. Come to think of it, why are you here then?
That's... Well, I think that was enough time. I will now end the investigation. If you've been busy, you should have plenty of clues to deduce the case. Everyone immediately at the entrance to the trial grounds at the first floor. If you're late, you'll have a hefty punishment waiting for you. That investigation was very short. Gosh, Truya, I don't think we have any time left to be talking about this.
Yeah, you're right. Let's head to the trial grounds right now.
Ah, Sora, you're here. Sorry I'm late. In my last place again. Nope, Aroha and Shobai aren't here yet. What are they doing? They should be well aware of the penalty for being late. That being said, to come back to this place again. Tell me about it. We wouldn't be here if there weren't any murders. To think that we have another victim.
Kokoro.
If Koro isn't here, we're...
Don't worry, sis. I'll take care of everything.
Teruya, you've got plenty of experience with this class trial thingy, right? I have high expectations for you, okay?
This has nothing to do with experience. I don't have any memory as well. And it might sound a bit irresponsible, but I'm not the brightest person around.
Oh, buddy. I mean, he kind of was the most useless character in the trials in the last game. But we still love him.
Rei Mekaru, now, she's a girl you can rely on.
What is with his, like, weird... I was gonna be like, oh my god, he has a weird obsession with Mekaru. But, I mean... she's all he has left, if you really think about it. Because, again, Tsurugi went crazy at the end, and I have a feeling that they just, like, broke off from him, and it was just those two. So, of course they would be close. I'm sorry for briefly judging him.
But I'll do my best. I've changed since then.
Guess who doesn't have high expectations for you? Me! That was kind of funny, but I get sad when people are mean to him.
Moreover, what's up with Aroha and Shobai? Why are they so late?
I've got to say, what an unlikely duo. Aroha's probably off to wake up Shobai. Wake up? What do you mean? Well, Shobai said he was going to take a nap until the class trial starts. Apparently, he has nothing more to investigate. What? Nothing more to investigate? Unbelievable. How should I say this? He looks pretty relaxed. Says he already figured out who did it.
The culprit? But I don't have a single clue on what happened.
Is he thinking that all this, Kokoro's death, is just fun and games? I can't forgive that kind of attitude.
Well, there's also the chance that he's actually the culprit and he's bluffing. Whatever the cause may be, he was still napping while everyone else was investigating for their lives. It's nothing new. That person was sleeping through the trial last time as well.
He is definitely crazy.
I'm sorry I'm late. Ugh.
You, Shobai! Enough of your arrogant acts. The class trial is no joke, got it?
We're the last ones here, alright? Then let's get moving.
Moving my ass. You always do nothing.
Why are you late, Aroha?
Sorry, Shobai, he isn't the type to easily wake up. This case is easy anyways. You can take it all by yourselves. I need to go over all the deals I'll be managing when I leave this place.
Listen to me!
Calm down, Shinji. Sora's right. It isn't the first time Shobai's like that. Just ignore him like we do with Mikato. Why would you ignore such a precious friend? He's so silly.
But I just can't stand that kind of attitude.
Shinji, this is the time to keep your head cool. You should never ever act emotionally and irrationally in class trials.
Right. If everyone says so, I'll calm down.
Teruya, finally, you feel like a true mentor.
Is that a compliment?
A bit late because some students. But we should get things started. Is everyone ready? Everyone, please enter the elevator in front of you to join the trial grounds. I'll be waiting for you there, Fufu. So it's starting again. I'm scared. Don't be afraid. We can't avoid this anyways, and we did what we can. We need to end this by talking about what we investigated. Yep, when the trial ends, at least one of us won't be here back up again. Yeah, you guys are right. I said I'm gonna trust you guys again. It's because I trust you that I suspect you. To find the culprit and survive with everyone.
Sis, I said you should just leave it to me. Guys, I have a favor to ask of you. It might sound out of place, but I really liked Kokoro. At first I just wanted to talk to her, but she listened to me and my heart. I want to find the bastard who killed her. Please lend me your strength.
No need to be so formal. We all feel the same. Yep, if we talk positively, we can go through anything. Well, it gets serious. If we don't do this, we'll end up being dead meat anyways. Don't you dare interrupt this touching moment, Mikado. Emma, if Kokoro didn't die, she would have definitely joined us in the end. Because you were there for her. It's a bit late for that, though.
Thank you, everyone. And now then, let's put an end to this.
As Emma said, we all feel the same, except for a few. We were able to solve the last trial when it seemed impossible. We can do it again. That's what we're going to believe. Changing rooms list has been added. Changing room wig has been added. Okay, let's talk to everyone.
What do you have to say, Teruya?
The class trial, I don't remember, but it's a familiar place. I don't want to go back there.
Teruya has already been through 6 class trials before.
I know you can't remember, but like, Jesus. I would be lying if I said I wasn't scared, but we have to do our best. Kande, what will we do? Will we end up like Coco?
Leave it to me. I'm with you, so don't be scared, okay? Kokoro, I will avenge you.
Let's go. My stomach is shaking, but I have to do it.
I have nothing to say, really.
Okay, bud. He cracks me up. Show I didn't even say thank you. I kind of might hang out with Aroha at some point. I really am finding her funny. Let's discuss who the culprit is based on our investigation. Tetsuka's really cool too. I would like to see her. I kind of just want to hang out with everyone. It's so hard.
Sora, let's give it our all.
There's a lot of shit involved in this case. Would you like to go to class trial? Yes. Here goes nothing. I love that they did the elevator thing. Look at Teruya in his dumb hat. My son. I love how my 2 favorites in this game both have stupid hats. It just must be my type. Just like last time, the elevator made an unnerving sound and slowly made its way underground. Everyone kept silent as if we all agreed to. It was like there was now an unspoken rule that the elevator was a place to ready our hearts. The elevator descends as we ponder these thoughts, and it finally arrives at the class trial. It's green! You've come. I've been waiting. This place seems a bit different this time. I'd be born if it was the same always, eh? So, for your amusement, I changed up the design.
Amusement? Just how in the world is any of this amusing?
Well then, please take your place where your name is written. Poor Teruya and Mikado are next to each other when they hate each other. That's so funny. You've done this once, so you all know how it goes, right? Now, let's start this. A death game with your lives on the line. The second class trial. To say it feels any better having done it once before is a lie. As Monaco said, it's our lives on the line. I'm afraid and nervous. We all are. But Kokoro would have been much more afraid. Afraid and painful. It was the same with Yuri, but Kokoro was much closer to us than Yuri. They're like, screw Yuri, that guy was weird. Everyone, not just Emma, is enraged. And if we don't find the culprit, we all die. I don't have a single suspect. I can just say who I don't think it is. And I don't think it is Teruya, Mikado, or freaking Shobai. Those are the 3 I think just it doesn't make sense for it to be them. Everyone else is fair game. We have to find out who did it. To avenge Kokoro's death. To survive. Time won't wait for us, and it's finally starting. The trial of life or death. The betrayal of life or death. The truth of life or death. The excuse of life or death. The trust of life or death. Oh, they added Turia in the little corner. Good for him. Life or death. The class trial. Turia makes me so happy, I'm not gonna lie. Would you like to save? Yes. Okay, let's equip skills. This. Okay. I'm going to need to get more skill points, and, you know, I love hanging out with people, but I'm gonna have to get more soon. But okay. This is going to be a shorter episode. Investigations are much shorter in this game compared to the first game, I've noticed. But we know the trials are usually about an hour for each half, so it wouldn't make sense to just do it right now. Although, to be honest, at the time of recording, I am going to do it right now. I'm just going to make it a separate episode. Haha. I'm going to save one more time. I hope I remember the controls. Anyways, if you liked this video, wait, before I do my outro, I gotta talk. Jeez, I'm like all over the place today. I hope I do okay on the trial. It is like 11:30 p.m. when I'm recording this. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing this at like 1 a.m. Whoops. Anyways, yeah, I don't know what happened. Like, I feel like the liquid nitrogen was there to throw us off somehow, perhaps? Did they maybe stuff her inside her fridge and that's why the message is in there and why the shelf is all messed up? My theory about them cutting off her hand for the iPad specifically is kind of dumb, but it kind of makes sense. And that's the real reason they cut it off, and they cut off all of it to make it look like it was part of that stupid doll myth or something. I'm not really sure though where this is going. But I'm excited to find out. I have no one I'm suspicious of this time. That's a little stressful for me. Like, last time I was low-key suspicious of Hajime. I don't remember why. I think he just made some comments and I was like, oh, no. It was like he was like out, or Shinji was like,
oh, he didn't show up to go running
at the right time. And I was like, sus. But this time it's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess it happened around the time they gave her dinner? I don't know, man. But anyways, if you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. I love to hear your thoughts. I love to talk to you and theorize with you guys. And if you've seen it already, no spoilers, please. And subscribe if you haven't. It really does help out me and it helps out my channel. And I hope you're having a wonderful day or night, whatever time it is when you're watching this. I hope it's fantastic. And with all of that being said, I will see you next time when we start the class trial. Later.